Every journey begins with a choice to rise, to transform, to build a version of yourself that you can be proud of. This is not just about muscles, strength, or heavy lifts. This is about discipline, self-respect, and proving to yourself that you can overcome the limits your mind once believed in. Today, you're not here just to hear words, you're here to unlock a mindset that refuses excuses, rejects weakness, and demands growth. If you stopped right now and asked yourself, what kind of man do I want to become? You would hear an answer deep inside, an answer that demands action, not someday, not later, but now. Because the difference between the man you are and the man you want to be lies in the decisions you make today. One choice can reshape your future, one moment of commitment can define your identity, and one new mindset can change your entire life. The mindset of no off day begins long before you touch a weight. It starts the moment you open your eyes in the morning. Most people wake up and negotiate with themselves. Should I rest today? Should I skip the workout? But a person with a no-off-day mindset doesn't argue with their goals. They wake up knowing that discipline is their identity, not just a part of their schedule. This mindset becomes a part of your nature, something that guides your decisions without hesitation. When you commit to this mindset, you stop depending on motivation. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are temporary. Some mornings you wake up tired, sometimes stressed, sometimes drained, but the no-off-day mindset doesn't ask how you feel, it reminds you of who you promised to become. It pushes you forward even when the comfort of the bed tries to pull you back. This is where people transform, when they act based on discipline, not emotion. This mindset also teaches you to respect your long-term goals more than your short-term comfort. Every time you show up, even when you don't want to, you send a message to your brain, I am in control. And every time you skip, even once, you allow weakness to negotiate with your destiny. A single missed day can silently become a pattern. But showing up even on slow days creates a different pattern, one where you always return stronger. People often misunderstand the no-off-day philosophy. They think it means lifting weights every single day without rest. But that is not the true meaning. Your muscles need rest, your joints need recovery. What should never rest is your commitment. On rest days, your body relaxes, but your mindset stays active. You stretch, hydrate, plan, visualize. You don't drift away from the mission. You stay connected to the purpose no matter what. This mindset forces you to identify your excuses, confront them, and eliminate them. You start recognizing the difference between genuine rest and mental laziness. You begin to understand how often people lie to themselves, saying they need a break, when they actually need discipline. When you develop the courage to be honest with yourself, you step into a level of growth most people never experience. Something else happens when you live with this mindset. Your environment changes. You start losing interest in weak habits, weak people, and weak conversations. You naturally drift away from negativity and surround yourself with routines that feed your strength. The gym stops being a place you visit. It becomes a part of your identity. People around you notice the shift, not because you talk about discipline, but because you live it. The no-off-day mindset also strengthens your mind in ways you don't expect. When life throws challenges your way, stress, pressure, setbacks, you handle them with more control. Because if you can't quit during a workout, you won't quit during a problem. You begin to face life with patience, power, and clarity. Every rep becomes training, not just for your muscles, but for your resilience. Over time, this mindset eliminates doubt. You stop asking, can I do this? And start saying, how far can I go? That simple shift changes everything. Doubt is replaced with confidence, fear with consistency, and laziness with purpose. You stop comparing yourself to others because your only competition becomes the person you were yesterday. Every day becomes an opportunity to get even 1% better. This kind of consistency transforms your entire personality. You walk differently, you speak differently, and you carry yourself with a new level of self-respect. And the best part is that this change doesn't come from trying to impress anyone. It comes from proving to yourself that you are capable of greatness. When you commit to never giving up, you naturally become someone others admire, not because of your body, but because of your mindset. Eventually, the no-off day mindset becomes less about fitness and more about life. It teaches you to show up for everything: your goals, your responsibilities, your future. You start viewing discipline as a blessing instead of a burden. And when you realize that consistency is the strongest superpower a human can develop, you understand why people who succeed are the ones who never take a day off from their purpose. When people enter the gym, they often rush into their workouts without preparing their minds. They don't think about what they want to improve, which muscle they want to target, or how they will push their limits. This lack of intention is one of the biggest mistakes. A person with a disciplined mindset doesn't just walk into the gym, they walk in with a mission. They know exactly why they are there, and that purpose shapes every rep and every set. Another major mistake people make is ego lifting. They pick weights that are far too heavy, not because they can handle them, but because they want to show off. This doesn't make them stronger, it increases the chance of injury and slows their progress. Discipline means respecting the weight, respecting your body, and building strength step by step. Real progress comes from controlled movements, correct form, and consistent practice, not from trying to impress others. People also underestimate the importance of consistency. They work out hard for 1 week and disappear the next. They show up only on days when they feel motivated, but the body does not transform through random effort, it transforms through repetitive discipline. When you consistently show up, your muscles adapt, your endurance grows, and your strength multiplies. Every small effort adds up, even if you don't see the results immediately. Another mistake is ignoring recovery. Many people think resting is a sign of weakness, but rest is a part of becoming stronger. Muscles grow during recovery, not during lifting. If you push your body without giving it time to repair, you slow your progress and increase your risk of injury. A disciplined person knows that proper sleep, hydration, stretching, and good nutrition are as important as the workout itself. A common struggle many people face is comparing themselves to others. They look at someone stronger or more muscular and start doubting their own progress. But comparison is a trap that steals motivation. Every person has a different starting point, different strengths, and different challenges. The only comparison that matters is who you were yesterday versus who you are today. Your journey belongs only to you. One more mistake is not tracking progress. Many people train for months without knowing which exercises work best for them. They lift randomly, hoping for results, but disciplined lifters track their workouts, weights, reps, sets, and improvements. When you track your progress, you understand your body better. You see what works, what needs improvement, and where you need to push harder. People also forget about the importance of warm-ups. They walk straight into heavy lifting without preparing their joints or muscles. This is dangerous and limits performance. A proper warm-up increases blood flow, activates the muscles, and reduces the risk of injury. It's like preparing the engine before driving a car long distance. Without warming up, your body is unprepared for the intensity you're about to demand from it. Another mistake is quitting too early in a workout. Many people stop when they feel the burn, thinking they've done enough. But the real growth begins when the muscles start resisting. That is the moment most people walk away, and the disciplined ones continue. Pushing through those last few reps builds both strength and character. That is where champions are made. People often rely too much on machines and ignore free weights. Machines are good for beginners, but free weights activate more muscles, improve stability, and build real functional strength. Many great athletes focus on compound movements because they train the body as a system. Using free weights teaches control, balance, and proper technique, all essential for real transformation. Finally, many people forget that the gym is not just physical training, it is mental training. Every rep trains your discipline. Every set trains your patience. Every workout trains your resilience. When you focus on mastering your mind, your muscles naturally follow. A person who controls their mind becomes unstoppable in the gym and in every other part of life. There comes a moment in every person's fitness journey when comfort tries to take control. The body starts feeling heavy. The mind begins to negotiate, and excuses quietly slip in. In those moments, most people slow down, but the disciplined ones rise above. The ability to push through discomfort is not just a physical skill, it is a mental decision. When the body says stop, the mind must say continue. Because that is where real strength begins to grow. The human body is designed to resist stress, and that's why progress feels uncomfortable. Muscles burn, breathing becomes heavy, the heart races, but all of this is a sign that your body is changing. It's easy to give up when the pain kicks in, but champions understand that pain is not a barrier, it is a signal. It's a message telling you that you're entering a level of growth most people never reach. If you stop, you lose the opportunity. If you continue, you become someone different. Pushing through discomfort also teaches discipline. Every time you decide to give your best when your energy is low, you build a mindset stronger than any muscle. You learn to control your reactions, your urges, and your emotions. The gym becomes a training ground for life itself. When you learn to stay focused under pressure, you become capable of handling challenges in every other area of your life with more clarity and patience. This process also reveals your true character. In moments of struggle, people show their real strength. Some walk away, but those who continue show the world what perseverance looks like. When you push through the final reps, even though your muscles are shaking, you prove to yourself that you can go beyond what you thought was your limit. That belief doesn't disappear after the workout, it becomes a part of who you are. Discomfort shapes humility as well. It reminds you that growth is never easy and success never comes without effort. Every drop of sweat teaches you that greatness is earned, not gifted. And when you embrace this mindset, you stop searching for shortcuts. You become patient, consistent, and grateful for the progress you make, no matter how small. That humility keeps you grounded and focused. There is also something powerful about controlling your breath under pressure. When the workout becomes intense, focusing on deep and steady breathing helps you stay calm. It builds mental control and teaches you to face struggle with stability instead of panic. This skill becomes extremely valuable outside the gym as well. A person who can stay calm in physical discomfort can stay calm in emotional and mental challenges too. Another important aspect of pushing through discomfort is learning to differentiate between pain that builds you and pain that harms you. Real discomfort is the burn of effort, the tension of muscles working, the fatigue of giving your best. Harmful pain feels sharp, unnatural, and dangerous. Discipline means knowing when to push and when to protect your body. Strength is built through wisdom, not carelessness. When you push past discomfort repeatedly, your tolerance increases. What used to feel impossible becomes a warm-up. What once took all your strength becomes routine. This is the beauty of consistency. Your limits expand. You realize that the body has far more potential than you ever imagined, and the mind was the only thing holding you back. Those who embrace discomfort rise faster than those who avoid it. Every moment of struggle creates a memory inside you. Later, when you face difficulties in life, your mind remembers, I survived discomfort before, I can survive this too. That confidence becomes your inner armor. It protects you from giving up during hard times and pushes you to keep moving forward no matter the situation. The gym becomes more than a place of exercise. It becomes a place where you build courage. Ultimately, pushing through discomfort gives you a sense of victory every single day. When you leave the gym after giving your best, even when you didn't feel like it, you walk out stronger, not only physically but mentally. You carry a sense of pride that no one can take away from you. This pride fuels your discipline for the next day, and slowly, it becomes your superpower, the ability to keep going when most people give up. There is a difference between training the body and understanding it. Many people enter the gym without knowing how their own muscles respond, how their joints move, or how their energy levels rise and fall. Strength doesn't come only from pushing hard. It comes from knowing your body well enough to train it intelligently. When you begin to understand your body, you learn when to give more and when to adjust. This awareness becomes one of your greatest tools. One of the first things people learn when they study their body is the importance of proper form. Proper form isn't just about looking good while lifting, it's about engaging the right muscles, preventing injury, and maximizing results. When your form is correct, the exercise becomes more effective and your progress speeds up. But when form is ignored, even heavy lifting becomes empty. Understanding your body teaches you how to move with precision. The body also speaks through discomfort. Not all discomfort is harmful, but harmful discomfort has a unique signal. It feels sharp, unstable, or unnatural. Many beginners don't recognize these signals, so they push blindly and end up hurting themselves. But a person who studies their body learns to identify the difference between effort and danger. This awareness saves time, protects progress, and keeps the journey smooth. Understanding your body also means recognizing your weak spots. Everyone has weaknesses. Maybe one shoulder is weaker. Maybe your lower back needs strengthening. Maybe your grip is holding you back. People who ignore their weaknesses stay the same for years, but the disciplined lifter acknowledges these weak areas and works on them directly. This approach builds balanced strength and prevents long-term problems. Breathing is another part many people underestimate. Good breathing is like fuel for your muscles. When you control your breath during heavy lifting, your entire body becomes more stable. You exert more power with less strain. Controlled breathing improves endurance, enhances focus, and helps maintain form. Most people breathe randomly. Disciplined lifters breathe intentionally. This small skill creates a massive difference in performance. Another part of understanding your body is learning your energy cycles. Some people perform stronger during the morning, some in the afternoon, some at night. When you know your natural rhythm, you can plan your workouts during your peak energy hours. This is not laziness, it is smart training. You use the time when your body can give the highest output, instead of forcing yourself into a routine that doesn't match your biology. Nutrition also plays a major role in how your body responds. Many people think training harder is the only key, but without proper nourishment, the body cannot grow. Your muscles need protein, your joints need hydration, and your energy needs clean fuel. Understanding what foods energize you and what slows you down helps you perform better. It's not about strict dieting, it's about feeding your body what it needs to improve. Another part of body awareness is listening to your recovery patterns. Some muscles recover quickly, others need more time. Some people respond well to heavy lifting. Others progress faster with moderate weight and higher volume. When you know how your body heals, you train smarter and avoid overworking yourself. This keeps your progress steady and long-lasting instead of burning out early. Understanding your body also includes recognizing your mental limits. The mind controls everything: your strength, your endurance, your consistency. When you understand when your mind is genuinely exhausted versus when it's simply seeking comfort, you begin to push in the right moments. Mental awareness leads to physical discipline. You perform better, train harder, and stay focused longer. In the end, studying your body doesn't just make you stronger physically, it makes you a master of your own potential. You stop copying others and start tailoring your journey. You lift with intention, move with purpose, and grow with understanding. This deep connection with your body builds confidence, protects your progress, and shapes you into someone who trains not just harder, but smarter. There comes a stage in every fitness journey where a person realizes that strength doesn't come from the workout alone. It comes from building the right habits around the workout. Many people go hard in the gym but live carelessly outside it. They ignore sleep, hydration, stretching, and proper food. They push their bodies without giving them the tools needed to grow. This is why their progress becomes slow and inconsistent. Success in fitness requires discipline not only inside the gym, but also in the 23 hours outside it. One of the most important habits is developing consistency in sleep. People underestimate how powerful sleep is for muscle growth and recovery. Your body repairs itself while you rest, your hormones reset, your muscles rebuild, your mind gets sharper. Without proper sleep, a person may train hard but still feel weak, tired, and unmotivated. A disciplined person understands that the pillow is just as important as the barbell, and recovery is not laziness but strategy. Nutrition plays another major role. Many people lift heavy but eat without intention. They don't know what foods fuel their strength and which foods slow them down. Discipline means choosing meals that help the body grow stronger, not just fill the stomach. A balanced diet does not need to be extreme or complicated. It simply needs to support your goals. The right food becomes the foundation of every rep you perform in the gym. Hydration is another habit people ignore until they feel tired or dizzy. Water is not just for quenching thirst, it helps your muscles perform better, keeps your joints smooth, and improves blood flow. When you stay hydrated, you think clearer, lift smarter, and feel more energetic. A disciplined person views water as a tool, not as an afterthought. They keep their body hydrated because they understand how much power it adds to their performance. Stretching and mobility are also crucial parts of discipline. Many people skip warm-ups and cool downs because they seem boring or unnecessary. But this is where injuries are prevented and flexibility is built. Stretching keeps your body loose, your joints healthy, and your posture strong. A person who stretches regularly performs better, recovers faster, and lifts more safely. This small daily habit creates long-term strength. Another important habit is tracking your growth. Many people train for years without knowing what progress they are making. They repeat the same weights, same routines, and same patterns without any clear plan. Tracking your lifts, reps, body changes, and energy levels creates direction. It tells you what to improve, what to increase, and what to remove. This habit transforms your training from random effort into a structured mission. Discipline also means learning to say no to things that hold you back. Whether it's unhealthy late night snacking, skipping workouts for convenience, or wasting energy on useless distractions, every small no becomes a yes to your goals. When you protect your habits, you protect your progress. People who succeed are not always the strongest. They're the ones who protect their discipline like a treasure. Another powerful habit is setting small daily goals. Instead of thinking about huge transformations, you focus on becoming 1% better each day. One more rep, one cleaner set, one healthier meal, one better decision. These small victories accumulate and become big changes. Over time, you look back and see how far you've come, not because of sudden bursts of motivation, but because of consistent, disciplined habits. Mindset is also a habit. Positive self-talk, patience with progress, belief in your potential, these shape your journey more than any training program. When you train your mind to stay focused and calm, your workouts become more powerful. You stop searching for motivation and start creating discipline from within. Your habits become your identity, and your identity pushes you forward even on hard days. In the end, discipline is not about being perfect. It's about showing up, making better choices, and remaining committed even when life becomes difficult. The habits you build create the person you become. When your lifestyle supports your goals, the body has no choice but to follow. This combination of consistent training, proper recovery, and strong habits turns an ordinary person into someone extraordinary, someone who rises every day with purpose and strength. Discipline in the gym is not built on loud promises, but on quiet actions repeated day after day. It grows when a person chooses to show up even when motivation is low, energy is weak, and life feels overwhelming. What separates an average person from someone who transforms their body and mind is not talent, genetics, or luck. It is discipline. And discipline begins the moment you stop negotiating with your excuses. Every rep you complete becomes a brick in the structure of your future strength. At first, these bricks feel small and insignificant. But as days turn into weeks and weeks into months, you begin to see a foundation forming. People often expect big changes quickly, but true discipline teaches you that greatness grows in silence, in the moments when no one is watching and no one is praising you. The gym becomes a training ground not just for your muscles but for your character. The discipline you build there begins to influence every part of your life. You learn to manage time better, to stay patient, and to value consistency more than speed. Each session becomes a reminder that improvement comes through effort, not wishes. When discipline becomes part of your lifestyle, the gym stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a responsibility you owe to yourself. You begin to understand that skipping a workout is not a small thing. It is a crack in the foundation you worked so hard to build. So you choose to stay firm, reminding yourself that discipline is something you strengthen by protecting it, not abandoning it. There will be days when your mind will try to convince you to stay home, rest, take it easy, or delay the workout. On those days, discipline becomes your strongest weapon. You remind yourself why you started, who you want to become, and how far you've already come. The moment you break through that resistance, you grow stronger mentally than you do physically. As discipline builds, you become more aware of your habits. You start eating better, sleeping better, and thinking better, not because someone forced you, but because your discipline makes you choose what is beneficial. You begin to reject shortcuts and unhealthy behaviors because they no longer align with the version of yourself you are trying to create. Discipline teaches you that results will not always show immediately. Some weeks you will feel stronger, other weeks you may feel stuck. But the disciplined person understands that progress is not always visible. Sometimes it is happening quietly inside your body and your mindset. And because of that awareness, you do not quit when the progress slows. When discipline becomes part of your routine, you stop relying on feeling motivated. You may not always feel inspired, but you act anyway. This is the point where true transformation begins, when your actions become stronger than your emotions. You learn to lead your emotions instead of being controlled by them. Every disciplined workout becomes proof that you can keep promises to yourself. This builds confidence, self-respect, and mental toughness. People often look strong physically but weak mentally because they do not practice discipline. But those who train their discipline become unshakable, not just in the gym, but in life. In the end, discipline turns you into someone you never imagined. It shapes your body, strengthens your mind, and refines your character. You begin to understand that the person you become through discipline is far greater than the person you were when you relied only on motivation. Through consistent effort, you rise day after day, and your discipline becomes the force that carries you toward your best version. Mistakes in the gym are common, especially for beginners who walk in with excitement but little guidance. Many people start strong but quickly plateau because they repeat the same errors without realizing how much they slow progress. The most common mistake is rushing through exercises, thinking speed equals strength, when in reality, true strength comes from controlled movement and proper form. When movements are rushed, the body doesn't engage the right muscles, and injuries become more likely. Another mistake is lifting heavier weights before mastering technique. People often try to impress others or prove something to themselves by pushing too much too soon. But heavy weight with poor form only leads to pain, not progress. The disciplined lifter understands that technique is the foundation, that even light weights can build incredible strength when lifted correctly. Patience becomes more valuable than ego. Many people also make the mistake of copying others in the gym without understanding their own body. Everyone has different joints, strengths, weaknesses, and limitations. What works for someone else may not work for you. When a person trains without understanding their own body mechanics, they waste time and energy chasing someone else's routine instead of building their own effective path. Skipping warm-ups and stretching is another common error that seems small but causes big problems. People rush straight to lifting because they want to feel the burn quickly, not realizing that cold muscles are stiff, tight, and easily damaged. A proper warm-up doesn't just prepare the body physically. It prepares the mind to focus and stay present during every rep that follows. Resting too little or too much becomes another major issue. Some people train excessively, thinking more workouts equal more gains, but they forget that the body needs time to recover and grow. Others do the opposite. They skip sessions and stretch rest days into rest weeks. The correct balance lies in understanding the rhythm of training. Push hard, rest wisely, and return stronger. Nutrition mistakes also hold people back. Many individuals believe they can out-train a poor diet, but the truth is that food fuels every movement. Without proper nutrients, strength drops, recovery slows, and the body struggles to grow. Eating too little or eating the wrong types of food creates a gap between effort and results, leaving people confused about why progress is so slow. Another common mistake is comparing progress to others. This mindset destroys motivation because it focuses on someone else's journey instead of your own. Every body grows differently, every metabolism operates at its own pace, and every life has its own challenges. When comparison enters the mind, frustration follows, but when focus returns to your own path, growth becomes steady and rewarding. Some people ignore small pains thinking they are part of the grind, but there is a difference between discomfort from hard work and pain from injury. When warning signs are ignored, minor issues grow into major injuries that can take weeks or months to heal. Listening to the body is not a weakness, it is wisdom that prevents long disruptions in progress. A major mistake is inconsistency. Many people start with passion but lose discipline after the first few weeks. Skipping one workout becomes skipping two, and soon the entire routine collapses. Progress requires consistency more than intensity. Small efforts repeated daily beat big efforts done once in a while. The body grows from repetition, not from rare bursts of motivation. Finally, the biggest mistake of all is giving up too early. Many people quit just before their breakthrough, not realizing that the hardest moments often come right before progress becomes visible. The person who continues even when it feels slow, tired, or pointless becomes the one who transforms. Consistency turns struggles into strength, and every mistake becomes a lesson that guides you toward a better version of yourself. Many people underestimate the power of rest, believing that taking a break is a sign of weakness or laziness. In reality, rest is one of the strongest tools in building a powerful, capable body. The muscles you train do not grow inside the gym. They grow outside the gym, while you sleep, recover, and reset. Without proper rest, even the hardest training gives only half the results. Rest is not quitting, it is strategic rebuilding. The body communicates clearly when it needs recovery. Fatigue, soreness, and lack of strength are signs that the muscles are asking for time to repair. When people ignore these signals, they push themselves into exhaustion, thinking that more effort means more progress. But the truth is, overtraining weakens the body, slows growth, and increases the chance of injury. Rest allows the body to absorb the training and become stronger than before. Sleep is one of the most essential forms of recovery, yet many people treat it casually. A tired body cannot lift properly, focus properly, or grow properly. Deep sleep releases hormones that repair muscles, improve energy, and sharpen the mind. Missing sleep is like coming to the gym with half a battery. You can train, but not at the level you need to progress. Consistent sleep becomes a silent superpower for long-term growth. Mental rest is just as important as physical rest. A tired mind cannot push the body to its limits. When someone trains under stress, pressure, or constant mental fatigue, their focus breaks easily, their discipline weakens, and their performance drops. Moments of calm, reflection, and breathing reset the mind. This mental recovery helps an athlete return to training with drive, clarity, and purpose. Rest also helps prevent burnout. Many people start their fitness journey full of excitement and intensity, pushing themselves every single day without pause. But after weeks of non-stop effort, motivation fades, energy drops, and the body rebels. Scheduled rest days prevent this collapse. They keep the journey sustainable and enjoyable. A consistent routine beats an exhausted routine every time. Recovery is not only about doing nothing. Light movement, stretching, walking, or mobility exercises help blood flow into the muscles and speed up healing. These small actions make the body feel refreshed instead of stiff. Active recovery days allow a person to stay connected to their goals, while still giving the body the break it needs to grow stronger. Proper nutrition is also a vital part of recovery. The food you eat becomes the material your body uses to rebuild muscle fibers. Without protein, vitamins, and enough water, the body cannot repair itself efficiently. People who train hard but eat poorly often stay weak, tired, and slow to progress. Recovery requires fueling the body with the right nutrients at the right time. Hydration plays a bigger role in recovery than most people realize. When the body is low on water, muscles cramp, energy drops, and recovery slows dramatically. Water carries nutrients, regulates temperature, and removes waste from the muscles. Drinking enough water before, during, and after training is like giving the body the oil it needs to run smoothly. Rest also strengthens discipline. It teaches patience, timing, and self-control. Knowing when to push and when to recover is a skill that only serious athletes understand. The balance between work and rest separates those who burn out quickly from those who grow steadily over time. True strength is not about pushing endlessly, it's about pushing wisely. The greatest athletes in the world understand that rest is not the opposite of progress, it is part of progress. They embrace rest because they know the body must rebuild before it can rise to a higher level. When rest is respected, the gym becomes more effective, the body becomes more powerful, and the mind becomes sharper. Rest turns effort into results and results into long, lasting strength. Progress in the gym is not always visible at first, and the biggest mistake many people make is chasing fast results instead of consistent results. They want to see instant change, instant strength, instant transformation, and when it doesn't happen quickly, they lose hope. But the body does not respond to impatience. It responds to discipline, repetition, and steady improvement. Small progress repeated again and again leads to major changes over time. Many people quit because they compare their progress to others. They look at someone who has been training for years and feel discouraged that they cannot match their level immediately. This comparison steals motivation and blinds them from seeing their own growth. Every person has a different starting point, a different body type, and a different journey. The only person worth competing with is the version of yourself from yesterday. Consistency is more powerful than talent. Someone who trains steadily, even with small efforts, will always surpass someone who trains with intensity for only a short time. The body responds to what you do regularly, not what you do occasionally. A consistent routine builds muscle memory, strength, and endurance. Over time, even the smallest improvements add up into visible transformation. The journey becomes difficult when people expect perfection. They think one missed workout or one weekday ruins everything. But progress does not disappear because of small setbacks. Growth happens because of persistence, not perfection. When someone accepts that ups and downs are part of the process, they build resilience. This resilience keeps them moving even when motivation fades. Tracking progress plays a huge role in staying consistent. When people record their lifts, their reps, their weight, or even how they feel after training, they start noticing improvements that they would have missed otherwise. These small signs of progress, lifting a little heavier, feeling less tired, recovering faster, remind them that something is changing even if the mirror does not show it immediately. Another important part of progress is understanding that strength grows in waves. Some weeks the body feels strong, energetic, and powerful. Other weeks feel heavy, slow, and difficult. These fluctuations are normal. The body is constantly adapting, repairing, and recalibrating. Accepting these cycles prevents frustration and helps a person stay committed through both the easy days and the hard days. Many people underestimate how long-term habits shape their future. When someone sticks to consistency for months and years, the gym becomes a part of their lifestyle instead of a temporary challenge. Their discipline grows, their mindset strengthens, and their body transforms in ways they never expected. The journey becomes less about appearance and more about becoming a stronger version of themselves. Even on days when motivation disappears, consistency can still win. Motivation is an emotion, it comes and goes. Discipline is a decision, it stays. Those who show up on low-energy days, even for a light workout, build a level of strength that goes beyond the physical. They prove to themselves that their goals matter more than their excuses, and this mindset carries them through the rest of their life. Progress also becomes easier when people celebrate their small victories. Lifting one extra rep, running one extra minute, or feeling a little more confident is progress worth noticing. These small achievements fuel the mind, build momentum, and keep the journey exciting. Growth feels slow until the moment everything becomes visible. Then people realize that every small step mattered. In the end, progress belongs to those who keep going. Not the fastest, not the strongest, not the most talented, but the most consistent. When someone commits to showing up, learning, and improving a little bit each day, their body starts to reflect their dedication. Slow progress is still progress, and it's the kind that lasts. The idea of no off day is not just about never resting, it's about never letting your purpose fade. It means you stay mentally connected to your goals, even on the days when you're not training. Some days are for lifting heavy, some days are for recovery, but every day is for staying committed to the mission. People often lose progress not because they rest, but because they disconnect from their purpose. A strong mindset is what keeps you disciplined when the body feels tired. There will be mornings when you wake up feeling unmotivated, unprepared, or mentally drained. On those days, the message of no off day becomes a reminder that your dreams don't pause just because you feel low. Even small actions, a walk, stretching, reading something uplifting, can keep your momentum alive. Every day offers a chance to make yourself better. And those who adopt this mindset begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. A busy schedule becomes a challenge to manage, not a reason to quit. A tired body becomes a signal to adjust the workout, not abandon it. The no-off day mentality trains you to stay connected, stay committed, and stay evolving. When someone truly commits to this mindset, they stop giving power to excuses. They no longer allow weather, emotions, workload, or discomfort to control their decisions. They learn that greatness requires effort, whether conditions are ideal or not. Those who keep moving forward even on difficult days build a level of inner strength that no external factor can shake. This mindset teaches that consistency is the most valuable skill in fitness. When a person chooses to act every day, physically or mentally, they begin to separate themselves from the average. They build momentum that becomes impossible to break. Their body adapts, their habits solidify, and their identity shifts into someone who does not quit when things get hard. The no-off day philosophy also refers to emotional discipline. It means you do not take a day off from believing in yourself, from staying positive, or from protecting your mental clarity. Even when you face failure or slow progress, you do not give yourself permission to lose hope. You remind yourself that patience is part of the journey and that your breakthrough is on the way. People often underestimate how powerful small daily actions can be. Even on rest days, doing something simple like planning your next workout, preparing your meals or reviewing your goals, keeps your mind aligned with your purpose. These small efforts prevent you from falling into laziness and keep the fire inside you alive. The no-off day mindset also builds structure in your life. You begin to plan your day more efficiently, manage your time with intention, and protect your routine from distractions. Creating order around your goals ensures that nothing unnecessary interferes with your progress. This structure reduces stress and increases confidence because you are always moving with direction. As this mentality strengthens, you start to enjoy the discipline you once struggled with. You feel proud of your consistency, and you begin to trust yourself. That trust becomes one of the strongest forms of motivation. When you know you won't give up on yourself, the journey becomes easier, more meaningful, and more fulfilling. Ultimately, adopting the no-off day mindset transforms you into someone unstoppable. You become the person who doesn't wait for perfect conditions, who doesn't rely on mood, and who doesn't need approval. You move because your purpose pushes you forward. You grow every day, even in the smallest ways. And with that kind of commitment, success becomes not just possible, it becomes inevitable. So remember this: the world may doubt you, circumstances may challenge you, and your body may get tired. But your mindset is yours to control. Every day is a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more disciplined. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create the moment. Don't wait for motivation, build consistency. And if this message sparked something inside you, if it reminded you of your strength and your potential, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Because this journey doesn't end here. Together we rise, we improve, and we build a life of power, purpose, and unstoppable discipline.